This webinar on career development and personal branding series. You are a student and you have been, craving to be positioned as top 1% in your chosen career, and you are like, how can you go about this? And you are just confused. You don't know how to go about it. Of course, the ball is in your court. You have all it takes, and it doesn't take so much from you, to brand yourself, to position yourself as a top candidate for recruiters or graduate school fully funded scholarship. Yeah, some of you are very, very brilliant. You are, top candidates with your first class, your distinction, your, 2-1. Of course, this is a way, but I can tell you, this is not all it takes. We are not in that era where we'll be like, oh, go to school, have a good grade, best results, and you have all it takes. No. Employers, recruiters, they want far more than your certificates. They want you to come and bring some skills, some, important skill to the table. And it is all about what can you bring to the table apart from your certificate. And some of those things are programs that is part of your academic journey, your Siwes, your internship, your volunteering experience, and even your NYSC. These are very important perks, to positioning yourself, to branding yourself as a top candidate for any kind of a global opportunity. And that is why this webinar is so important for you as an undergraduate student, as a young professional, or parents who want their child to do so well, to be positioned so well for global opportunity right while in school. Practical exposure complements the theory. The theory that you have been taught in classrooms, you need practical exposure, to garnish some of this knowledge. So you need the experience that you would use to build transferable skill, to build teamwork, communication, problem solving skill, critical thinking skill, and several other, soft skills. Soft skills, you cannot see a place on campus where, or a course that will directly come and tell you, oh, you are learning soft skills, this is how it goes. The best way to learn soft skills are through some of these programs, Siwes, internships, volunteering experiences, and the likes. Those are ways to gather the soft skill that is required. And soft skill is very important for you to position yourself as a top candidate. So you have to boost your employability and your employability skill and graduate skill application positioning. So Siwes and industrial training, they are structured programs that often teach you real world or real life experiences. It bridges the gap between academic learning and industry needs. It are opportunities to apply classroom knowledge to practical problems. So it gives you that leverage to network, to communicate, and to interact with professional persons in your choosing career. So internships are often short-term, but it builds impactful exposure. It helps you to discover, your career interests. With your internship placement, you would learn to, to build or to understand the culture of the workplace while you are still an undergraduate student, or even as a young professional, you're able to do that. And as a fresh graduate, you'll be able to quickly understand the culture, that you know what they need and what is required of you, and you'll be building all this as early as possible in your career. So it's also a way to put yourself ahead to recruiters and all. So when you volunteer, it gives you that opportunity to serve and gain skills. You develop a leadership, teamwork, and empathy that is required, because as a volunteer, it makes you so responsible. It makes you to understand the part of adding value or contribution. And these are some of the skills. These are some of the things required by particularly graduate school application. They want to see your volunteering experience. They want to see what have you contributed, in what way have you contributed to industrial development, to career development, and your personal growth during the process. So it broadens your network and position you far beyond the mere academic ground. So you have to link your experience to personal branding. Some of this experience, they are directly related to you branding yourself, position yourself as the top 1%, top 5%, or top 10% that may be required by industry, by graduate school admission committee, or even for grant applications or several other opportunities. You showcase your achievements on LinkedIn. So some of the experiences that you garnered from these programs, you have to showcase it on LinkedIn, on social platforms. Use it to develop a story. Use it to create a story around yourself. You have to network and relate with professionals that you meet during the course of the program. You have to, look for a way to read through some of your professional colleagues, the senior colleagues that you met, your bosses, see the way they grow, see their educational journey, see their career path, the career pathway, and learn from that and use all those things to develop yourself as fast as possible. The journey that they've made in 6 years, I'm sure you can complete it in 3 to 6 months, leveraging on their skill, on their experience, and their expertise. By doing this, you consistently building skills that is valuable to any persons, any industry organization that may require your skill. And don't forget, this is a cool way to brand yourself, to position yourself as a top candidate for any opportunity. Thank you.